Hi guys, sorry for my voice in advance, I'm a little sick while recording this. In today's video, I'll be redesigning one of my OCs called Emilia OC, or just Emilia Faye for short. I do plan on making an evolution of my OC's video on her eventually, but for now all you have to know is that she was a famous actress who was extremely scared of death. She was experimenting with immortality behind her husband's back, and surprise surprise, she messed up and died. However, her negative feelings got stuck on Earth as a spirit that's hell-bent on getting revived and becoming immortal. Meanwhile, her human self is stuck in purgatory basically. I usually call her spirit self Faye and her human self Emmy. I started off by sketching Emmy's body and face. Something I really wanted to pay attention to this time was keeping her body type consistent. In the past I've had a tendency to just say she's a little bigger than my other characters, but I never really committed to it, even when I first redesigned her in a major way. The way I sketch bodies is pretty simple, I just use big shapes for everything. As for faces, I always draw a line to indicate where the front plane of the face ends. Her hair is the exact same as her previous design, I just made it a little longer. Next up was her clothes. I took inspiration from late 1920s and early 1930s Hollywood clothing for this first idea. I modified the silhouette just a bit by moving the waistband up so it would look a bit more flattering on her. I did like it, but some of my friends pointed out to me that it doesn't exactly look like casual wear, so I went back to the drawing board and changed the top part to be a little less revealing. I tried giving her long sleeves like her previous design, but I didn't really like it, so I scrapped that. For Faye, I just copied Emmy's body and face and made tiny changes, such as removing her irises to make her look more ghostly. This is something that has been present in her design for pretty long actually. I didn't do much to her hair at this point because I wanted to focus on her clothing first. My inspiration this time was gothic vampires. Once again, I made multiple versions of her dress to see which one I liked best. There were a few things I was sure I wanted to include though, like a long flowy skirt and long flowy sleeves. Her previous designs all had ball gowns, which I really wanted to avoid this time. Flowy fabric is just easier to draw than something without a skirt under it. The fun thing is that the corset design I ended up going with actually resembles her first design pretty closely. The only difference is that I added decorations on top and made the fabric at the hips be part of a big ribbon, which you'll see later. I also tried multiple sleeve designs, but I ended up going with a pretty simple one with a fitted upper arm part and the flowy forearm part. Her having a choker is pretty much tradition at this point, so I gave her one again. Only this time I gave it more detail than before. Next up was her hair. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a half up, half down style or a bun, so I tried both. The first one wasn't exactly my favorite though, since I felt like it didn't differentiate her enough from Emmy. Plus, half of my feminine characters wear their hair like that. I wish I was kidding. As for the bun, one idea I had was making it look like a rose from the back, which would basically replace the blue rose she's had in her hair in all her previous designs. Coloring Emmy was pretty easy. I liked her previous palette, so I just reused it for this design. I experimented with the color placement of it and ended up with the bow on her dress being dark purple, the top of her skirt being light purple, and the rest of her dress being an off-white. I used dark blue for her flower necklace, shoes and eyes, and I didn't give her any makeup. Faye was a little more difficult. I really disliked her previous hair colors. The first one looked way too close to Edward's hair color, and the second one really washed her out. My friend Harry, subscribe to his channel guys, gave me a bunch of hair color suggestions, so I tried all of them. I ended up going with the darkest one and just adding more red to it, which I'm actually really happy with for once. Once again, I tried multiple color variations on her dress, but I ended up going with the simplest one. Red as the main color, and dark brown as the accents. This resembles her first design a lot actually. I just made the colors a little darker here. And here you can see me quickly making a shitty back view to show the bow I was talking about. I just flipped the front view and redrew the details. It's not the most accurate, the anatomy is kind of fucked, but it'll do it in a pinch. Last but not least, I colored her eyes and skin. I really wanted to emphasize her ghostliness, so I gave her dark circles instead of blush. I also desaturated her skin a bit to add to this effect. I did give her red lipstick though, mostly because it fits the vampire aesthetic. As a finishing touch, I played around with glow effects in various ways. I ended up just giving her a simple glowy aura because I didn't want to wash her colors out further. I took inspiration from them if I'm going for this, wink wink. I also did some expressions for both Emmy and Faye off screen, mostly to show the differences between how they would act. And with that, we're done! I'm really happy with how this design turned out. In my previous attempts, I fell into the trap of going with the first design choice I came up with, which led to designs I ended up really disliking later on. Looking at you! If you like this video, a sub to the channel would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to see more videos like this, please tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. My social medias, commission information, and Discord server are all in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye!